following program is sponsored by Michael W. Smith. The views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Arizona, Brother Mike in Phoenix, back on the radio. Welcome to HardcoreChristianity.com. Thank you for tuning into the program today. Today's Bible study, The Mark is Coming. Folks, it's just around the corner. Check this out today. I'd say you're not going to believe it, but I'd be wrong. You do believe it. Will you call somebody and tell them radio program's on? I'll do the announcements and get right to the Bible study. This is Brother Mike. I'm the professional counselor at the Arizona Deliverance Center. 40 years I've been a counselor. Can you imagine that? Yes, I am an older person. That is true. On the website, HardcoreChristianity.com, you'll see that we have 2 live services every week, Thursday and Friday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Those services are broadcast live on our YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/houseofhealingaz. When you go to the website, please remember to sign up for one of our free seminars. Remember my teaching class. Every month, it's free, the 4th Saturday of the month at noon in the small sanctuary, teaching on the essentials of healing and deliverance. Great class to attend if you want to get into the healing or deliverance ministry. If you need a religious consent exemption form, okay, if you need an exemption form to stay away from the vax, which they call the kill shot in Israel, if you need a religious exemption form, send me an email, mike@hardcorechristianity.com. I will send it to you immediately. If you know someone who wants to go through deliverance or needs to, and they are too afraid to come for help or can't come for help, send me an email, mike@hardcorechristianity.com, and I will send you the miracle, healing, and deliverance list. Okay? Send me an email today. I will send you the religious exemption, or I'll send you the miracle list. Please remember to hit the PayPal button when you go to the website. Thank you for all your donations you've sent us over the years, and thank you for all the referrals you sent to Sister Karen last year to list your house for sale. She loves working with born-again Christians. The mark is coming. Hey, no kidding. Check it out. Revelation chapter 13. Here it is. This chapter is one of the most amazing chapters in all of the Bible. It reveals the 2 beasts of the future tribulation, which now is only a few years away. We're right near the end of the dispensation of grace. This thing's almost over, obviously. Revelation 13, quote, the great apostle John supernaturally said, quote, I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. He had 2 horns like a lamb. He spoke like a dragon. He exercised all the authority of the first beast before him. Okay, this is verse 11. The Antichrist is mentioned first in Revelation 13, and then the most amazing occult artist that ever lived, the false prophet, is mentioned second, which I'm reading right now. He exercises all the authority of the Antichrist, and he caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the Antichrist, whose deadly wound was healed. Apparently there was an assassination attempt on something. Somebody had a knife and stabbed him, but he recovered, apparently is what this thing is saying. The false prophetess says, does great wonders, so that he makes fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. He deceives them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. The Greek word for power there is exousia. It means authority. He had the authority to do these miracles. And he says to them that dwell on the earth, verse 14, that they should make an image to the beast, the Antichrist, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Now, this sounds like it was mistranslated a bit. The Greek word for sword there is makara. A makara is a knife. So it sounds like it was an assassination attempt. I'm not sure. It sounds like it was close, probably an insider or something of that nature. Somebody stabbed him. And then it says, continuing on through 15 and 16, in chapter 13, he had authority and power to give life to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should speak and cause many that would not worship the Antichrist to be killed. The Greek word is apokteno. They were executed. He caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive the mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay? The Greek word for mark there is charagma. A charagma is a etching into the skin, something permanently etched into the skin. Okay? It's not like a watch or a wristband that you can take off. It's something etched into your skin. Okay? Then it says in 17 and 18 in chapter 13 that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark, the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. The Greek word for number there is arithmos. Arithmos means, is the Greek word where we get our English word arithmetic. We do not know who this person is yet, and we won't know until he manifests and fulfills these scriptures, and then you will check his name. It doesn't say whether it's Hebrew or Greek, but either or, you check the number of his name, because each of the letters in the languages has a numerical value. So if you're around at the time of the beast rises in the last 3.5 years of the tribulation, you can check out his name and see if it's really him, because it adds up to what number? Thank you, 666. Well, that story doesn't sound very good. It sounds like a comic book, Brother Mike. Maybe it's Marvel Comics. Really? Check this out. This article came out a few days ago from Sweden. Here's an article from Stockholm, Sweden. Quote, COVID vaccination passport uploaded to a microchip about the size of a grain of rice, which is then implanted in the person's arm or hand between the thumb and the forefinger. The chip implants are being touted by Epicenter, a Stockholm-based company, which has been working on what it calls, quote, human compatibility technology for years, unquote. The chips use NFC, near field communications technology, and this is the same technology that is put in credit cards for mobile payments to be used by smartphones and so on. If they have the NFC technology, it's very easy to do. You just pay your bills online on the phone. Quote, Sweden has enacted new rules that require individuals to have a vaccine passport at all events where there are more than 100 people. As a result, a number of Swedish citizens have opted to implant microchips with their vaccine passports into their hands. Around 6,000 people in Sweden have had a chip inserted in their hands starting in 2014. This was a report written by Euronews. Swedes have swapped out carrying keys, train tickets, and ID cards for the convenience of an embedded microchip. Biochips, as they are called, have already been offered by some U.S. companies to their employees. For example, 3 Square Market, a Wisconsin-based tech company, became the first company in the United States to offer its employees similar free microchip implants. That started in August of 2017. Noel Chesley, associate professor of sociology at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, told USA Today in an article, quote, it will happen to everybody. Maybe not my generation, but certainly that of my kids. Gene Munster, an investor and researcher and technology analyst, also told USA Today at the time that human microchip implants There's a time they will become mainstream everywhere. Can you imagine that? What are we talking about here? Well, it's obvious, isn't it? We're nearing the end, and the rapture is only a few years away now. You can see it as clear as anything. We couldn't see this stuff in the 70s and 80s. To be honest with you, I wasn't looking for it back then, to be honest with you, because I was living in sin. But over the last 2 years, this thing has become absolutely amazing. Watching the planet Earth sink into the preparation Satan has set up for it to enter the tribulation. It's quite remarkable. Depopulation. You can see it now. America is killing people deliberately with these vaccine mandates. You can see this thing clearly all over the world. The vaccine mandates in the long run are going to cause enormous deaths and side effects. Everybody knows it. It's already starting to happen. The vaccines, when they first came out, everybody lied about it. Point blank range. Their videos are all over the internet. Everybody lied. Biden, Walensky, Fauci, Rachel Maddow, MSNBC, CNN, Cuomo, all of them. They all said, hey, just get the vaccine. You can't get COVID. You can't transfer it to somebody else. If you need a vaccine, you can go back to normal life. You don't have to wear a mask anymore. But the whole thing was a hoax. It was all lies. What are they doing there? They're trying to get us to get a vaccine passport. Then they're going to want us to get a biochip put into our right hand or into our forehead. And although this biochip from Sweden is not the mark of the beast, I'm not saying that, I don't believe that, this technology and this system of tracking people is exactly what the Antichrist is going to use in a few years, 5 or 10, 15 years, when he rises to power during the tribulation, the last half of Daniel's 70th week, the last 3.5 years of this age, he rises to power, and the false prophet is going to promulgate the mark of the beast, kargma. It's going to be etched or cut into your skin, and this biochip fits that Greek definition of that term. Folks, it's time to change your life and change it fast.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program was sponsored by Michael W. Smith.